a food scientist and nutritionist as well. So so there we are in beautiful West Cork on on one of the rarer sunny days. So basically, obviously we're an Irish company, and between us we have 40 years of experience. So we both, as I said, qualified as nutritionists or food scientists, and then we went to the States and worked in food supplement companies there, and came back. And in 2019, we decided we would set up our own company. So I suppose in terms of what our goals are and our health supplement range, they're all expertly formulated supplements. We really strive to have them as pure and natural as possible with as few ingredients as possible, but yet have a product that's effective. Our supplements are all liquid supplements, bar the collagen, which is a powder, but obviously is made into a drink. Right now we have 11 products in the range. We started with omega-3 because we have kids who wouldn't eat fish, and we wanted them to have a pleasant tasting omega-3 supplement. So they weren't too keen on fish oil, and we weren't too keen on gummies. So we decided we would come up with our own. All of our products are designed to be optimally absorbed. So some are liposomal. Our omega-3 is the emulsified product for better absorption. And as with all our supplements, I suppose we have them designed to be good tasting, because obviously when it's a tablet or a capsule you can get away with the taste, but not at all when it's a liquid on a spoon or a spray or a drop. And then again, we're kind of very conscious as well of the whole environment. So all of our packaging is recyclable, so we don't do sachets. We just have bottles and the tub. And then the last thing is our products are guaranteed Irish.
Great. So, as Paula said, we've evolved from concerned parents trying to get better omega-3 sources for our children or teenagers, now young adults, and I suppose that's the kind of genesis of everything we look at is, in terms of our customers, your clients, the concerns and needs they would have in terms of nutrition and health, and so we're going to give you a quick overview. Obviously, we've evolved from one product to 11 very quickly, each product. And if we don't capture much tonight, as we can obviously contact very easy on Instagram or email, or if anybody wants more in-depth information from us. So liposomal vitamin C. So I think at this point, most people now are familiar with liposomal, and I suppose the advantage that liposomal brings, which is in terms of bioavailability. So this is particularly apt in relation to, say, water soluble vitamins, the B and C, where as you know, we don't really store those, so they're stored in very small amounts compared to the fat soluble vitamins. So really, there's a very small window for us to, maybe a 4-hour window between consumption and excretion. The levels get too high in our blood, and our kidneys are signal to excrete them. So the better you can get that vitamin C through stomach, through gut, across the gut-blood barrier into the blood, into the cells, the quicker and better you do that, the better you can use this nutrient. And around 40-50% of your vitamin C is destroyed between the pH changes of the acid in the stomach and the higher pHs you'll find in the small intestine as well. So a lot of it is regular vitamin C is destroyed before you get a chance to actually get into the blood, into the cells. So what is a liposome? A liposome is essentially a very, very small ball. Inside you'll have your nutrient. On the outside, you'll have a bilayer of phospholipids. In our case, we use sunflower oil phospholipids rather than soy. The reason being, most soy is GMO, and we use non-GMO sunflower phospholipids. So if we look at the features of our liposomal C, enhanced bioavailability. Paula mentioned the taste as well is important because we obviously, if we like the taste of something, we're more prone to take it again. And I think a lot of people over the years, I know I have problems with supplements where we don't take them because they might taste nice, or sometimes they taste so bland that we actually don't look forward to taking them. So our this product is very tasty. It's a nice citrus flavor. And also very versatile in terms of its use. You can't heat it because you'll break the liposomal, but you can actually put into so many different foods, from porridge, overnight oats to yogurt, smoothies, etc. So it really gives that versatility. Also, the you can it's good for adults and children, so you can dose it up or down according to the person and their needs. Um, and obviously, in terms of different aspects, is we look for non-GMO, as I mentioned, and obviously sugar-free, dairy-free, etc. So, in terms of the allergens, we're obviously very conscious in relation to the ingredients we put in and the additives or other necessary additives. We really try to limit them and obviously look at the allergy status of those ingredients.
And I suppose the other thing there is what's important to highlight is that it's alcohol free because some of the liposomal supplements out there will have alcohol in them, so they can have up to 12% alcohol. And in ours, we were very careful that they were alcohol free, so they could be given to children as well.
Yeah. I think that alcohol is a legacy of how the company or companies manufacture liposome. It's a way of essentially forcing. So with a liposome, you as you can see, you've got a water loving nutrient inside a fat loving lipid, and obviously they don't go together. You have to force the hydrophilic inside the lipophilic, and a technology that some people use or some companies use is using alcohol to do that and force that liposome to form. So the alcohol is essentially a legacy of that production process.
I suppose then going on to our next liposomal product is our liposomal quercetin. We won an award for that last year. As Katrina referred to already, quercetin now is the time of the year to start taking the quercetin. It's really good antihistamine, but it does take a few weeks for your body to build up. It's not like, Zyrtec or one of the ones that you take, and you're going to have relief in 24 hours. You're not. This is a natural product and it does take time to work. The quercetin is, in terms of hay fever, it basically what it does is it stabilizes your mast cells, so that they can't produce histamine. So it stabilizes the membranes of the mast cells. And then in terms of what makes ours different, I suppose regular quercetin supplements are actually very poorly absorbed. Quercetin is fat soluble and your body has difficulty in absorbing it. And there are studies out there to show that perhaps only about 2% of quercetin can be absorbed. So that's why we decided to go down the liposomal route to improve the absorption. In a tablespoon of our quercetin, there's 500 milligrams. And as the slide shows there, so that's a lot of quercetin. So you'd have to eat 12.5 kilograms of apples or 4 kilograms of blueberries or a lot of red onions just to get that 500 milligrams. We use natural ingredients. So the quercetin is actually derived from the flower of a tree called the Japanese pagoda tree. So it's a natural extract. And again, in terms of the liposomal, it's an alcohol-free liposomal supplement and vegan-friendly, non-GMO. It tastes really nice, so it has a nice citrus flavor as well. And again, like the vitamin C, you can take it straight from the spoon, or you can mix it into water, yogurt, different beverages, smoothies, etc. And again, like the vitamin C, it's suitable for adults and also for children, but obviously at lower doses.
Yeah, I think it's very appropriate for, especially for clients who just are not getting enough of those really important colors in their diets. They're not really getting that rainbow diet, possibly a lot of processed foods, etc. The with a high inflammatory type diet. So this is a good way to really improve and increase quickly the level of antioxidants and those great pigments in your diet. So Next product is our Collagen Plus, which is also we just recently won Best Body Beauty product for this. For this, I know a couple of the other speakers earlier have already talked about collagen. So again, it's very, I suppose, it's very on theme at the moment. So I suppose the difference we have with our product is we've a marine collagen, hydrolyzed collagen, but we've added 12 other ingredients in there, all really with a focus on skin, hair, and nails. So we have our 9 vitamins and minerals. And also we have hyaluronic acid, and we've also added botanical extracts, again for the same reason, a really potent antioxidant effect, which is really important for, as you know, just not for skin, hair, and nails, but it's great for overall health, really important as well. So, you know, the one of the botanicals we have in there is aronia berry extract. Again, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this. It's essentially a very sour berry, but it's again packed full of antioxidants, polyphenols. I think around 4 or 5 times in terms of antioxidant activity compared to a blueberry. So a great addition to your diet, and also as a supplement as well. Um, we also use a patent extract, or a red orange complex extract from oranges grown in Italy. And within this, again, this ingredient is just again packed full of the antioxidants, the anthocyanins, hydroxycinnamic acids, and flavonols, etc. So again, a really great way for having a positive effect on skin, hair, and nails health, but also in terms of overall health. Um, so this again, this red orange complex, there are clinical studies on this. There's a In this case, it was a clinical study from 2022. And again, what you see from this particular ingredient is a very positive effect in terms of antioxidant activity, but also photoprotective effects. And crucially, for a product that's a focus on skin, hair, and nails, a lot of benefits in terms of anti-aging benefits. So again, this clinical study showed increase in skin moisturization, reduction in enhanced skin elasticity, a reduction in the transepidermal water loss, or CHUL, which is very much a standard test used to measure skin, I suppose, skin vitality and moisture loss. Basically increases as we age, and this actually shows a reduction in water loss, and again, also a reduction in wrinkle depth as well. There's obviously a lot more graphs, etc., but with the time, we don't have to go through it. But again, if anybody wants to follow up, we'd be more than happy to share this information with anybody.
So then one of our best selling products would be our vitamin B12 oral spray. It's the methylated form of vitamin B12, so it's methylcobalamin. In the little bottle, it's a tiny little bottle, and there's 120 servings, so there's a 4 month supply, and it's just one spray a day under your tongue. Has lovely natural berry flavor, and again, it's great as a spray because a lot of times people have issues with trying to absorb the vitamin B12 because of, digestive issues they may have. And even as you get older, it becomes harder to absorb vitamin B12. You may not have enough stomach acid. So that's why we decided to go with a spray. It's absorbed directly under your tongue into the capillaries and goes into your bloodstream from there. There are other B12 sprays out there. And I suppose what makes ours different is that we don't have all the extra ingredients that we don't want in there. So there's no sorbitol, diluents, or sweeteners or anything like that. And again, it's just a little glass bottle, and it's eco-friendly in terms of recycling the packaging afterwards.
So that again, next product, liposomal B complex. So again, liposomal, so you've got your water soluble nutrients, which have well, obviously, as I mentioned before, we have don't really store, and they actually excrete relatively quickly. So again, lots of benefits from the B complex, and the vitamin B, and obviously the vitamin C. And again, it's a liposomal. So you're going to get in within the serving, you have your eight B vitamins and also 500 milligrams of vitamin C, which again is significant in orange terms. That's equivalent to say 8 to 10 oranges in that serving in vitamin C terms. So it's highly packed with nutrient. Again. We focus on the natural sources of variants of the vitamins. So your methyl tetrahydrofolate versus folic acid, the synthetic folic acid, and again methylcobalamin versus say something like a cyanocobalamin, because that's your natural form that's absorbed. It's more biological active for you as well. So again, similar to the other liposomals, better absorption, but also in terms of taste and versatility as well. So again, you're providing better options for people to use the product, combine the product, etc.
And we get great feedback on this product from women, particularly around the menopause age. When there's stress issues and anxiety issues and tiredness issues and hormonal issues. So it just seems to kind of, give that extra bit of energy and help with focus, concentration, brain fog. And the other kind of sector that I find it really helpful would be students. So again, like going into Leaving Cert or for, college exams, it's a great one to take. It's just 1 teaspoon. It tastes really good, but if you find the taste hard, which B vitamins can taste, they're a little bit difficult. You can easily add it into water. It just makes a nice citrusy drink.
So
Just conscious of time now, sorry.
Minutes left there. So if you can, there are a couple of questions that I'm happy to ask, or you can carry on with this. Which do you prefer?
Will we go through questions?
We can
I
do
think that'd be
questions.
nice. Like basically all we were going to just go through was our omega-3, which is a really nice fish oil that does not taste fishy, but it has omega-3s from sardines and anchovies. It tastes really good. It's got a lovely peach and mango flavour, and everybody who tastes it says it tastes like a Slero ice cream, but it has no sugar or anything like that. But that was our first product, and I suppose it's close to our hearts for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And then there's just vitamin
And
D
then that's
range.
just our vitamin D range. So it's all vitamin D and vitamin D and K sprays for adults and drops for kids and adults. And then we have the liposomal format for kids and adults. So that's that's it in a nutshell.
We got there.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to hear about the Solero product because I love this. Not that